In today's breaking story, Congress just dropped a surprise bomb on Donald Trump's new ballroom. That's right, Donald Trump's precious little pet project might be in trouble. How's it going, everybody? Hunter Avalone here with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, make no mistake, as we continue into this government shutdown, this is still about Donald Trump's ties to Jeffrey Epstein.
In some ways, you can call this an Epstein shutdown because we had many months to avoid the shutdown by negotiating with Republicans to avoid it.
Thursday, Castro Valley Congressman Eric Swalwell alleged the government shutdown is an excuse for the Trump administration to delay releasing the Jeffrey Epstein files.
But what did Republicans do? During the summer, something I've not seen in my 13 years in Washington, they ended the summer early by 2 weeks to send us home to avoid votes on releasing the Epstein files.
Swalwell says the shutdown will have real consequences, impacting air traffic controllers, U.S. troops, and the healthcare system.
The big, brutal bill took 2 million Californians off their health care. It closed rural hospitals. It didn't kill cancer, it killed cancer research.
Democrats are demanding funding for healthcare subsidies set to expire at the end of the year under the Affordable Care Act, a move they say could drive up premiums for millions nationwide.
The party in charge is the party responsible. So if he can get his head in the game and come to the negotiating table and be the great negotiator that he thinks he is, we can get out of it.
And things are getting so bad for the economy that even Fox News is calling out Donald Trump.
Look, 8 years ago, they were a #1 customer. They took almost 40% of our soybeans 8 years ago, and now they take 0.
That's right. In 2018, with President Trump's first round of tariffs on China, at that moment, China was the largest export market for American soy. And they bought 60% of our soybean exports. And they are essentially, exports have collapsed this year, and there are no new orders logged in recent months. And quite frankly, unless something happens to reopen new markets for these farmers, you can't bail people out. That's how much you're going to give them that every year. I mean, you could do that. The tariff revenue is running about, on average in the last couple of months, about $30 billion a month. But do the farmers want welfare? Because that's what it is.
So this is like you're in a trade war, right? And this is the casualty of it now. And so China's using this as leverage because that's how you're going to put pressure on Trump.
And now Congress just dropped a bomb on Trump's new ballroom. That's right, take a look at today's top story. Congress just dropped a bomb on President Trump's most outrageous pet project yet, his $200 million golden ballroom. The House Oversight Committee has now launched a formal investigation into where the money for this massive 90,000 square foot monstrosity is really coming from. Representative Robert Garcia confirmed that investigators are zeroing in on whether foreign governments are secretly bankrolling Trump's glittering vanity project. Blueprints show the ballroom would actually dwarf the White House itself, raising alarms about both its symbolism and its funding. Garcia didn't hold back, calling it a monstrosity that shouldn't exist in the first place, and demanding answers about whether powerful foreign interests are pulling strings inside Trump's White House. Trump's aides insist the ballroom is being paid for by a mix of Trump's own money and wealthy donors, but the donor list is sparking new outrage. Google, Booz Allen Hamilton, and Palantir are all reportedly involved. And shockingly, YouTube handed over $22 million of its settlement with Trump straight into this project. Critics are calling it a perfect symbol of Trump's corruption, a lavish golden palace rising, while the rest of the country suffers through a government shutdown. Even more bizarre, Trump keeps boasting about a so-called $17 trillion investment that supposedly poured into America during his second term. Lawmakers say that number is pure fiction, pointing out that if $17 trillion really existed, Treasury would know about it.
And it looks like if this keeps going, we're going to have to investigate where the hell these $17 trillion are. No question, because this is ridiculous. that Republicans are the hypocrisy, right? I mean, Republicans are saying on one hand, oh, there's not enough money for healthcare subsidies. And then on the other hand, they are stashing away money, giving it to their billionaire friends, doing all these tax breaks, the increasing exponentially the national debt. So they could really care less about working people.
California Governor Gavin Newsom piled on, accusing Trump of lying to the American people, reminding everyone that while Trump brags about trillions, he is presiding over a shutdown that is hurting workers across the country. This investigation is just beginning, but the symbolism is undeniable. While Americans are being laid off and struggling, Trump is busy building a golden ballroom larger than the White House itself. Congress is asking the question millions of Americans want answered: who is really paying for Trump's ballroom, and what do they expect in return? Thanks so much for watching. Please click that like button and subscribe to Occupy Democrats so that you can stay informed and help us stop Donald Trump.